Thank you for joining me today. Christmas Eve, yay, woohoo! This is a little cheeky extra episode. I'm doing something a bit different to close out the year and to celebrate. It's a celebration. The new year is full of possibilities, exciting. I wonder what 2026 has up its sleeve for us. Bring it on. Yeah. I am chatting today to two of my best friends. They were also the first two guests here on the pod, Milana and Lizette. We will be talking about the music that moves us. If you have listened to the pod before, you will know I ask all my guests towards the end of our chat what music is moving them, what's on their playlist, what are they into. Well, we chose 5 albums, tracks, live shows, whatever moved us to talk about. It was interesting. We had some similar themes, like adopting new perspectives to what life was throwing at us, and music that reminded us of loved ones past. Some of the music we mentioned: Portishead, Chelsea Wolfe, Amy Winehouse, the Melvins, Tool, and Lady Gaga. Milana's kids hijacked the chat towards the end, and I kept the audio. I didn't edit it out. It was pretty lovely, and it was actually pertinent to what was being said at the time. And I referenced Diane Wood. You can't see. It was Nadia's haircut that Milana gave her. Totally looked like Yolandi from Diane Wood, like really short fringe. Cracked me up. Before we get into it, I just want to thank all the regular listeners, the subscribers. I truly appreciate you. I truly do. I continue to do this for you. We are all trying to navigate this thing called life the best way we know how. I am honored. People want to tell me their stories and talk to me. I really am. I'm honored. And I am just as honored that you continue to listen. To those of you who just tuned in, thank you. Thanks for giving it a chance. Hope you enjoy today's chat. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Let me see your t-shirt. Is that Fontaine's DC?
Yes.
Yeah, I fucking knew it. Nice.
Yeah. Hello.
Oh, that's my beautiful ladies. Lizette.
How are you?
Oh, God.
Hello, my love.
Hey.
Hello.
What's up, Lizette?
What's up?
Looking
Ooh,
gorgeous.
I'm a hot ass mess. Hold on. Jesus Christ.
Audio sounds good.
It does? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, hang on.
Yeah, I think we're all
Ready to roll. I just had a nice
Yeah.
lunch, so I won't be cranky, so that's good.
right on.
I won't be hangry.
Yeah, I just scoffed my lunch too. I'm like running around like a chicken with my head cut off. Oh my God, we made it.
We made it. Yeah, I want to thank you both. I think this is like the best way to sort of close the year.
Yeah.
I had Lizette, you were my first guest ever. And then Milana was my second guest.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And I always end like each episode when I'm chatting to someone about, you know, the music that moves you.
Yeah.
So here we are, the BFFs. And we're gonna just talk about, I think what the we had 5 each, right?
Mm-hmm.
To talk about. It was fucking hard for me. How about you guys?
Well, first I was like, oh, that's going to be so quick and easy. But then when I actually started thinking about it, I was like, yeah, it's hard.
Yeah,
It's
same. So much to choose from.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Way too. And then I changed things.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, well, that's not really a great story behind why I like that track. So then I changed it. I think I kind of focused on the story a bit more than the music.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm still not happy with my 5 choices.
For me, it was just hard to pick like a song. It was more about like a band or a live performance that I could connect like a story to, or you know,
Yeah,
like
it
one
was.
song was never. I don't know.
Yeah, it's
Maybe I just
totally
didn't think
open.
hard
It
enough.
was just music,
Right. Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I'm glad we could do the live performances here.
Yeah, actually, most of mine are live performances too. I hope that's okay.
Yeah, it's music. It's fucking pretty broad.
Yeah, that's
Music
true.
is life. It's
Music is
life.
life.
Life is music.
Music is magic. It fucking is.
It
Yeah.
is.
All right, I'm going to go first because I bet this first memory, I bet you two were like babies, or maybe
What
you weren't even born
Oh
yet.
no, what year was it?
1985.
Yeah, not born yet.
Fucking hell, I feel old. All
Born a
right,
year later.
all right, I'm diving in. All right, 1985, Live Aid performance of Queen.
Oh, that's a classic. I
I've
wasn't
seen the
around then, but I
videos,
know
yeah.
it.
Oh, let me
A
just
classic.
praise. It was legendary live performance ever. 70,000 or so people were in attendance, and Freddie Mercury had them in the palm of his hand. He had them doing like callbacks, vocal exercises. He had them clapping, all of them, 70,000 of them. You can see this on YouTube. It's insane.
Were you actually there or were you watching on
Yeah,
TV?
I was about to ask.
No, I wish I was. I was
I
young
know.
too. It was my brother and I.
Yeah.
We watched the whole Live Aid performance glued to the TV, what seemed like all day. And he was only
Nice.
on for 20 minutes.
Oh wow.
No
I didn't realize it was
way.
that short.
And it was the middle of the day. And
Right.
just like Freddie's verbato, how do I say it?
I don't know.
Vibrato? Vibrato, is it?
Yeah, thank you, Lizette. The control of his voice. I mean,
Yeah.
I was like, whoa. At one point, Freddie took the UK flag and draped it over his shoulders, and I felt so proud to be English.
Yeah.
Like it was I probably my first experience besides like footy games, or the Euro Cup or whatever, where you're like, yeah, England. Bob Geldof organized it. He's Irish, so shout out to the Irish as well. Just United Kingdom in general. And this whole event was put together to feed people in Ethiopia who were starving, and it was broadcast live to 20 billion people and raised over 100 million.
Wow.
It was just fuck yeah.
It's like art, but also helping people. I can't believe that was only 20 minutes, that performance. When I see
Yeah.
I thought it was
clips of
like
it,
an
I think
hour.
it's, yeah, like I thought it was like a headlining performance the way that went down.
Yeah,
So legendary.
No one can top that shit, by the way.
yeah.
That's a
Yeah, it'd
lightning
be
in the bottle kind
hard
of
to top.
performance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think when I was working on like picking my music experiences for this, common theme I found was music that like changed my perception of music. And I think like the first one that really struck me was I don't know how old I was, maybe like 12, 13. So I'm probably teens, right? And back then we still had VCR and then shortly after DVD. So my brother, he was already studying at the university in Kiev, and he would always come home with like a new DVD or a VCR, like with music performances. And then one day he comes home and he's like, "Oh, you gotta see this. It's so good." I was like, "Okay, let's listen." And it was Portishead live at Roseland Ballroom with the
Oh,
symphonic orchestra. And I just remember like sitting down listening to it, and it was just like it struck me like, wow, this is different music. Like it was so different from anything I was listening back then. And like I was mostly listening to pop back then. I would say I was starting to get into like Nirvana a little bit and Led Zeppelin and stuff, but that just struck me like, wow, this is a really different way to play music and write music, because like they combined, trip hop or whatever you want to call it, and then like classical music. I was just so blown away by that. And I just sat there, watched the whole thing. And that kind of set me into exploring, I guess, more different kinds of music. Kind of opened my mind to different kinds of music for
Nice.
sure. Yeah, it was so memorable.
yeah, that's like one of my favorites too. Like the album of it. I love listening to that.
Yeah,
And like even up to now, that's still a favorite. And that's another one that's just like one of one. That performance
exactly.
is just
Yeah.
like stands alone in time. Like it's so timeless.
Yeah. And a lot of other bands played with like symphony and stuff, but I never found anything so moving after that. Yeah, it was just so incredible and mind expanding.
Yeah. With an
Yeah.
orchestra too. That just like
Yeah,
adds a what was the
exactly.
album? Portishead?
It was just Portishead live at Roseland Ballroom
That's in New
in New
York,
York.
right? Like
Yeah, yeah. I think they
Roseland.
closed that one down.
Yeah,
Um,
Roseland's gone,
yeah.
guys.
a while ago. I feel like I've seen someone there too. I forget who. But yeah, that was definitely super memorable.
I love Portishead.
Yeah.
Same.
Luckily, I got to see them 3 more times after that. Not with
Yeah.
the symphony, but still amazing.
Yeah.
Where have you
Powerful
seen
stuff.
them, Milana?
Oh, I saw them. So the first time I saw them, which is like, and I didn't write this as one of my other very memorable music moments because it's like the same band. But I remember when they released their album, The Third. I was living in Germany back then, and they were touring Europe. So I was in Frankfurt and I was like, I gotta go see them because this is my band. Like it must like being a fan since you're like 12 and now like you're in your early 20s, I guess. Yeah, I was in my early 20s and like finally they reunited after 10 years. I'm like, I'm gonna fly to Paris. So I flew to Paris with my college friend. I was like, there's the only one reason I'm going to Paris to see this band. Like, I'm like, that's the goal. Like everything else is, cool, but like he's like, fine. Like I don't really care about them that much. But anyway, we went and we did not have tickets because we were sold out. I think the venue was called La Zenith. And we walked by the venue. I was like, we're gonna find these tickets. Someone's gonna sell them to us. So this guy comes up to us. He goes like an African dude. It's like tickets, just like in New York, tickets. I'm like, yeah, tickets. Like we gotta get tickets. And I just paid him like $100 per ticket. And I was like, I hope this is not fake. And it wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't fake. And that just blew my mind too. Especially like once they start playing the Machine Gun from the album Third.
Oh.
Well, I was just like, oh my God, my whole body was just like, oh. Anyway, and then I saw them again at in Asbury Park. There was a festival, English festival, All Tomorrow Parties, and then I saw them again in we saw them with Zulusi. I
Yeah.
forget the venue, Hammerstein Ballroom, maybe in New York, one of those all like smaller
Bowery?
ballrooms.
Bowery
No, I
Ball?
think it was
No.
Hammerstein or
Yeah.
something.
You got a
It
better
was on the
memory than
day
me.
Steve Jobs died, because I remember we were standing in line and everyone was looking at their phone, being
Yeah.
like, "Steve Jobs died." So anyway, I guess that's my top Portishead moments right
Right
there.
on.
All
That's
all all
awesome.
3 or 4.
All right. Your
Amazing.
10, Lizette.
All right. Like kind of in like that vein of like, your formative music that like blew your mind and realized for the first time like, oh, there's more than just like pop music. For me, it's Tool, and it's kind of I've been thinking about this album Anima, and there's a particular song on it that I'm like kind of is close to me. But backstory on Tool, I actually found them when I was watching Beavis and Butthead, like
I love
too
that.
fucking late for a 9-year-old to be up. But I was up and watching Beavis and Butthead, and they were featured Tool's music video for Sober, which is pretty creepy and incredible. So I was like frightened but fascinated at the same time. But like a little bit later on, like in my teen years, I got into new metal, and Tool was like sort of a band I didn't really understand at the time as a kid, but they're a band that has kind of followed me all throughout life. Like I'm almost 40 and I still listen to this band. And I think my draw to them is that their themes that they write and play music about is sort of just like the dualities of life. So like love and grief, life and death. And I've been listening to it lately because it was the anniversary of my dad's passing. And there's like the song H kind of spoke to me. And I think it was written about the singer Maynard had his first kid. But to me, it's kind of more about like grief, I guess. There's like a lyric when I wrote, I think I wrote it down. It's like days away, I still feel you touching me, changing me, considerately killing me, which sounds dark, but like that's love and that's grief. Sometimes it feels like
Sure.
so much, but I think Tool does a really good job of speaking truth to the way those things work in life. So
Yeah.
that's the first one for me.
Powerful. I
Oh,
love it.
that's beautiful.
It's mad deep and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
You can't experience joy without sorrow. Do you know what I mean? You can't. How do you
Yeah.
know? And then as a parent, I never thought about death so much once I had a child.
Yeah, that's true.
It's weird. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like joy and pain all kind of always close by, what I mean? Just from
Yeah.
like the process of having a child, it's so painful, and insane, and then it's like the most joy you'll ever experience in your life. But then it's also like the most frustration you'll ever. It's like the emotions are so heightened, and it's all of them, like the full spectrum, from one source, which is crazy. When you
Yeah.
think about it.
And grief.
Yeah.
So, oh, yeah. Your dad, losing your dad like that. It changes you.
Yeah, I think that's
For
the
sure.
thing with this album in particular, because the themes of it are sort of just like there's another song, 46 and 2, that's on it. And it's kind of about doing like your shadow work and working with your dark side because, as exciting as it is to step into a new chapter of your life, you have to say goodbye to your old chapter. And it's really all about that. It's just kind of like I understand it now. Like as a kid, of course, it's just like, oh, I'm happy. And you don't like really
Right.
have, but it's like you said, it's kind of as we get older, there's joy and sorrow, and like it's
Yeah.
never just one emotion anymore. And I think they do a really good job of expressing that in their music.
Okay, I'll go next. All right, 1992. You two were still in diapers, were you?
Babies.
I think I was 5.
Exodus. Bob Marley and the Wailers, but the drum and bass remix version. I'm thinking maybe Groove
interesting.
Rider. I'm not sure. I looked it up. I'm not sure who it was. So I just started driving, or maybe I still needed a registered driver in the passenger seat. I'm unsure. I'm not particularly a rule follower when it comes to minor details like that. So this was obviously before cell phones. We had a number to call as to where to meet up. A convoy of cars would meet at a destination. Mary, my best mate, she made the call, and we were in the parking lot just outside, like Oxford area. And we had hazy directions they give you on the phone to a rave. So they gave us at least the second meetup spot because, you don't want the cops shutting down the party. So they're not going to give you the exact directions the first phone call. So anyway, we picked up these two fellas from the parking lot, and they seemed to kind of know where they were going. And we had a map, and you can never fold that back to the fucking square it was or whatever. So they sparked up a joint in the back of the car, and Mary and I quietly agreed, if they don't pass that shit, we're not giving them a lift back. They did. They were gentlemen. And so we made another call. If I remember, Mary made another call, went to another phone box, and we ended up like in this warehouse closer to London, outskirts of London. And it had loos. That was like a big thing. Whoa, it had loos. Yeah, because we'd been in fields before doing these illegal raves, and you know, bathroom situation for ladies, find a bush or something. Anyway, this had the loo. I remember that. So we get in there and we're like, yeah, good vibes. Okay. Went to the loo, and then we get out of the loo, and it's like Exodus. And we're like, yeah. Everyone is jumping up and down. It was like just everyone's vibe connected.
That's
And it
awesome.
was all good. And we were just all strangers, just celebrating like fucking music, dancing, all of it. It's a visceral memory, and it was magic.
I love it.
Magic is the word. Man, dance parties in UK are crazy. They're next level.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
I
was
want to know that
good.
track. Drum and bass, Bob Marley.
And then it just drops. It's
Fun.
good.
Yeah, I
Very
would love a good
cool.
dance party.
Hmm. Who was talking about that before like COVID hit? Was it Caleb Spaulding? I talked to him on that episode too. There was like this thing going around in New York, dance parties at like 8 a.m. Like no one's on drugs. You just do it
Oh, I
before you
heard
go
of
to
those.
work.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know. I kind of want to start one of those, just like, or like
Yeah.
an 8 p.m. to 10,
Yeah. Like a
you know?
reasonable hour for people who don't want to stay up late. Yeah, I would go to those for sure.
Yeah. There's Loso, a club here I've yet to go to because shit doesn't go down till probably midnight. And I'm just
Yeah.
Fast asleep.
drink some Red Bulls one night and go and experience it. But, can you
Yeah.
start at
The next day
9?
is rough.
Right. Who's up?
So another one was I remember it was like next year after I moved to New York, so 2010. I had to look it up. I wasn't sure what year it was, but it was 2010, and there was this event called Creators Project. It was the first one they did. It was free. You just had to like register online, and then they would send you a pass. And it was in Milk Studios in down in I think Meatpacking District, Chelsea area. And it was supposed to be like an interactive art, music, wherever. You don't know what to expect, right? So I got the pass. And I was like, all right, let's go check it out with my friend. And then they had a few bands play like in the loading dock. And I was like, oh, let's go check out, the bands. And this one band, I was like, oh, I really like them. Like, what's this band? And it was Interpol. And I think that was like the first time when I heard the band like live instead of listening to them on the recording. I was like, I freaking love this band. This is so good. And like after that, Interpol kind of became my New York band. Like every album that came out, I listened to. I went to see them multiple times. I know it was just like such an amazing way to just discover a band that then stuck with me till like today. I saw them here in Texas a year ago. Anyone who was walking by could hear them play and watch them play. It was really cool. Very New York.
You're in a
Yeah.
loading dock. How cool is
Yeah,
that?
yeah, it was really cool. They
Right.
had like a little stage. So I was like, wow, this is so neat. And they're like the New York, they are from New York, so it was
Yeah.
super cool. Yeah,
That Milk Studios is so famous too.
yeah, that place was awesome. I hope it still exists. They had so many fun little interactive things there, and that's some of the things I miss about New York, like random things like that. Random
Yeah.
events, random shows, like any day of the week. That was cool.
Free stuff too.
A lot of free stuff there
Yeah.
too. Yeah, like all the summer stuff in the park, Central Park, Prospect Park, so many amazing things in New York. New York set a high bar in terms of art and music, for sure.
Yeah.
If you lived in New York for a certain period of time, then your comparison of all other places is to New York.
I know. We're spoiled.
Yeah.
We
And we
got
also lived like in New York during like some of the best years New York had, I think, before it kind of started go down a bit and becoming a bit too like commercial, like we
yeah.
we still got to, it wasn't like crazy 70s, it was like drugs around and stuff, but it was still like independent and creative enough and safe. So it was like, I don't know, like a golden
Right.
age of New York, at least
It
like
kind of
those 10
was.
years, 10 to 15, I don't know. I don't know how long that lasted, like when it started. I know when it ended approximately like right after COVID, but I don't know when it started, but like the years we lived there, I feel like it was such a good time in New York, just freaking amazing and safe, which is nice.
Yeah, it
So,
was like there's still an underground then in New York.
yes.
Now
Yeah.
everything's like Instagrammable experiences, and it's like,
Exactly. Yeah. I
okay,
even like
fun.
during the time we lived there, like Williamsburg still had cool music venues. Like 48, I forget was a four something Kent, 485 Kent or
Oh
whatever.
yeah,
No AC, just freaking drenched in sweat, listening to the band. So amazing. And then like it all moved to Bushwick, and now I don't know, maybe it's on like Coney Island on Far Rockaway. I don't know. I haven't been back, but we definitely have seen like Williamsburg change and then Bushwick change. Even Ridgewood, where I lived, was starting to become more like Instagrammable experience. Yeah.
yeah, it's bad different now. I don't even know. I mean, I don't go outside, but I don't know where the venues are.
Yeah.
Queens, like far out Queens, like your old hood, Ridgewood. You know, I've never listened to Interpol. Like, what's their sound for someone who doesn't know them?
Well, it's like the singing is pretty monotone. It's like deep, low voice. I know they always wear suits and look very proper. It's good. The lyrics are very good. He's a very good lyricist.
Is it just
Um,
3 of them?
I think it's four.
Or
Yeah.
all right, Lizette, you're up.
I guess the second one that I'll mention is Lady Gaga's Fame Monster
Oh
Tour
wow,
Yeah.
2010. And I mentioned that because
2010.
that seeing that live at Radio City Music Hall made me move my ass out of Jersey. It was
Woo!
like
Yes.
the most impractical decision that could be made. I was working at a university in Jersey, I was still living there. And then I saw that performance and I was like, I need to go fucking live my life. I'm out of here.
I love
Come
it.
hell or high water, I'm betting on everything. I'm out. I'm gonna get out by like, I don't know. I forget how
Shout
the
out
timeline
Lady
goes now.
Gaga.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Lady Gaga,
Amazing.
man. Like,
Who would have thought?
I know. She took me by surprise too, because I was just like, oh, she's just another pop star. But girl can sing. When I
Yeah.
saw her do like an acoustic performance, that's kind of what turned me into a fan. And then she also performed at Video Music Awards one year, and I was like, oh, she's like Marilyn Manson of like the pop world. She's like
I
a
could
little
see that, yeah.
messed up.
Oh, she's very messed up, yeah.
Like in
I
a good way.
mean, they make the best art usually.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, girl can sing and can write. She writes her own stuff. But
Yeah.
that performance was incredible because it wasn't just the music, it was like the level of costumery, set design, just a really grand performance. And really that was the catalyst. I was like, I mean, she always, I think that's kind of her messaging in her pop music is just
Yeah.
like, be fucking you, like do what you want in your life or whatever. It's not the same album, but there's a song she does called Marry the Night, and that was kind of got me through that particular moment of my 20s. Um, just kind of inspired me to keep doing my thing, pursuing my vision, being creative, and not giving a shit what people think about
That's
what I'm
powerful.
doing.
I love it.
Lady Gaga.
Whether you like her music or not, she's a strong, independent woman, and her artistry is like off the charts, you know?
Yeah.
She's not
She's
afraid to
she's
be
a she's a
weird.
good pop star too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
never be afraid to be weird. She doesn't lean into the aesthetic, the classical aesthetic of beauty. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
She's
Like you
got her own
said.
style, and she
Yeah.
changes her style often, all the time.
Yeah, just
That's
like
also
Madonna
amazing.
did. She had to reinvent herself. And I feel like men don't fucking do that. But women seem to have to do that to stay relevant. Have you noticed that?
You mean like the look or the
Yeah.
music? Well, I mean, I'll speak in defense of men here. I think Radiohead reinvented themselves to like a great extent. If you listen to like Everyone Can Play Guitar and then to what they created in their last album is like night and day. You went from like a simple pop song to essentially like a combination of different styles. And yeah, I think
Yeah.
so that band in particular, I think continuously reinvents themselves.
Yeah. Definitely
Elvis too.
artistically. Yeah.
Yeah.
Elvis did. You
Oh,
got
like
skinny Elvis and
visually?
fat Elvis.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
That's
that
true.
too.
All right.
But
I'm
look wise,
talking
man don't have to
shit
do that
then.
as much. Yeah, I agree.
Who
Yeah.
else? George Michael too. He's a
Yeah.
Reinvented
cool
himself.
one.
Yeah, his haircut. Remember that like really slick?
John Bon Jovi.
Did he? Oh yeah, he cut his hair.
Each of the Beatles.
Yeah.
I feel like they
Yeah.
were a boy band in the beginning. Do you feel that
Yeah.
way?
Yeah.
And then they
They
went
got,
psychedelic.
yeah,
Exactly.
tripped out.
Yeah.
Love the Beatles.
You
Yeah.
know what? I am warming up to them. And there's a British person that might sound very strange, but my parents didn't play them
Yeah. No, I'm
growing
not a
up.
huge fan. I appreciate them, but I can't say that I'm like a fan.
They're a bit too happy for me.
Yeah.
You
There are
gotta
few
check
bands
out
that I appreciate but don't love.
you
You
gotta
know,
check out White Album, and
yeah.
it might
Right.
click. That's not a
Yeah.
happy album. There's
Okay.
it's Paul McCartney. He does some corny songs, but that White Album, Revolver, the Monos. That's some rock and roll. That's good shit. It might click if you listen to
All
those two.
right.
Yeah, I will. I need an education on the Beatles.
Yeah.
My mom loved the
Same.
Beatles, and I love them too.
Dude,
Who's
I'm on my
winning?
third one already. Okay, this is a kind of bittersweet one. Just giving you a warning.
Oh, hearts.
1998, baby. Prince concert. This is my live performance,
Oh,
baby.
nice.
Oakland, California. It was in April.
Wow.
And it was we lined up, for hours with friends from college. Rob was actually went with me. We had a podcast together as well. Robbie Sciardo. Anyway, the time goes quickly. You're chatting with your mates. So we get in there and it's me, the stage, Prince.
Wow.
I am
Damn.
I am fucking right there. So he starts performing and I'm just my mouth is just open the whole time. I'm just
Oh.
like, who is this wizard? This phenomenal talent. You know, I wasn't even like, yeah, to the music and getting to, I was just like, jaw drop. Wow. Man, if he saw me, he'd be like, is that chick all right?
That's funny.
It just amazing. And he had a white piano and he like his guitar, he like made love to his instrument, his guitar. It like fucking just bow down the talent.
And
Oh,
the charisma. Damn.
oh,
To see Prince, that must
Yeah.
have been electric.
phenomenal, right? I think that's the only word I can use to express that performance. So the next morning, mum gives me a ring. I'm in my dorm room, I'm in college. And she's like, are you all right, love? You know, how was Prince? I said, oh, it's great, mum. It's great, you know. And I was talking about, she goes, oh, I'm glad you had a good time. And I'm like, does my mum have a cold or has she been crying? And you know when your mum's been crying. Mum, are you all right? Like, what's going on? And she was like, still trying to talk about the Prince concert. And I was like, Mum, what's wrong? And she goes, your grampy died.
Oh no.
Yeah. And then I started bawling. And yeah, so my grampy, my Welsh granddad, died that the same day I went to that Prince concert,
Oh
basically.
no.
So shout out to Grampy, coal miner, Welsh, Welsh crew.
Oh,
Oh,
Grampy. That is
Yeah.
bittersweet. It's kind of
strange.
like a treasure, though, to have that amazing experience right before you got the news. It was kind of like, I don't know,
Yeah.
did it lessen the blow or was it just all hard? I bet it was just hard.
Yeah, I mean, I'll equate the two forever, you know? What a mum moment for her, too.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. She was trying to like first talk to you about other stuff.
Yeah. So who's up
Yeah.
next?
I think it's me again.
Milana, I think.
Yeah.
Um, right, another one, guys.
Another one.
So I'm in New Jersey, Asbury Park, New Jersey, and it's ATP, which stands for All Tomorrow's Party Festival. And I was there alone just for a day. So the 3 day festival, I was there for a day. And I was just hanging out. You know how during the festival there's multiple bands playing at the same time, sometimes in different, different stages. So you like run from one to another, blah, blah. And it was all like very indie bands, like the underground, not like anyway. So I'm like, okay, just walking around, checking out this band. And then I walk into this one room and this is just like a wall of sound. It's like loud. I'm like, oh my God, this is like next level, right? So I'm like, well, this is interesting. And this bunch of older guys playing on stage. So I'm like, oh, wow, what's going on? And then turns out it's this band called Swans. And I'm like, wow, this is like these dudes are working. Like not like, oh, like they're working it. They like working physically, just like playing, really playing the instruments. I'm like, wow, this is
Sweating.
in just intense. Yeah, I was like, wow, I didn't even know what to think of them. I was like, oh, this is definitely interesting. So I listened for a little bit and then just kind of laughed. And then after that, they kind of like, I came across them again. I was like, oh, let me listen more. And like slowly but surely, I became a huge fan and started. I think after that, they kind of like reunited after hiatus and they were touring again. So I think I've seen them 2 or 3 times after that. But it was always just a very physical music and a very like there's so much physicality in the way they play and like the noise that the sound is always so loud and just like it almost like grabs your brain and you can't think of anything else when you listen to them live. You just kind of stand there and you're like the music like consumes you in a way and like penetrates your whole body. It's just like so that was very memorable and I've definitely had
I love that. I remember how crazy you were about swans, so to know the
yes.
first time you got into swans is really cool.
Yeah, it was weird. It was like, what's going on? What is this? Yeah.
There's lyrics, right? He
Oh yeah,
yells.
yeah. There'll be like that's another thing that I like about songs. There'll be like 5, 10 minutes of just like music and like noise, a lot of repetitive stuff, and then we'll like culminate, and there'll be some lyrics and like build the wall, and it collapsed, and you at you. I don't know. It's good.
Like a
It's
crescendo
Damn.
and then a
yeah. It's like
boom.
whoa. I was like yeah, finally. So yeah, it's like a punishment until you can receive a reward almost with some songs.
Ah,
That's deep.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
Are they
good.
industrial? What's their sound?
I
I
don't
would
know. I mean, I guess they're like post rock technically. I don't know.
it's like punk rock.
No, I think technically they probably be classified as post rock.
Yeah.
Let's see, Swans band's music: post punk, gothic rock, neo folk, psychedelic rock, and art rock.
I might be ready
Okay.
to absorb Swans at this timing in my life.
Yeah, I gotta check out their new stuff. I haven't, but it's good. Yeah, I used to run listening to them, and just yeah, it's one of the first concerts I took my now husband to, and I told him like you can leave at any time. It could get really intense, blah blah blah. And they usually play for like 3 hours as well, straight.
Damn.
But yeah, he lasted the whole show, and I was like, wow, he's a keeper for sure. But next day he was like, I feel like I've been just like violated. I'm like, yeah, I know. It's just it's a different kind of music for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just so weird to see them for the first time and be like, what is this? And then really get into them. I definitely had like a massive swan stage for sure.
Yeah.
I remember
I think
that.
I saw him at a music festival with you. It was like daytime. And I
Really?
was yeah, I was just like mesmerized. And I'm like, I could see how you could have an epileptic fit or something after that.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if you saw them though. I feel like they don't play festivals really that
No.
often. Not
I
not a
don't
festival
know.
I would invite you to, at least. I feel like
I have heard of swans.
oh yeah, I'm sure. I mean, I've talked
Yeah.
about them so much that
Maybe
if
not a
anything,
festival then. Fuck
maybe I
it.
played you some of their stuff too. I don't know.
I remember your shirt with the fangs.
I also had the shirt that said "You fucking people make me sick."
Yeah,
This one
the
shirt.
such good shirts.
Yeah, they're all gone. Unfortunately, I gotta get more.
Is that a track of theirs? You fucking people make me sick.
Yes, which is such a beautiful song too. It's kind of crazy. It's called that, but then you listen to the song and it's the most. Yeah, it's just like it's different. It's next level for sure.
Think I'm ready to receive the gift of swans finally. When you're still in New York, I think I heard them and I was like, I don't get it. But I think I would get it
No,
now.
yeah, it's good. It's definitely. I mean, it's not for everyone. It's definitely a very unique music. But the early stuff I cannot listen to. It's so industrial and so noisy that I'm just like, because they're from the 70s, right? They came around to New York during 70s on Lower East Side playing some insane loud stuff, but now they definitely changed their sound a lot
That's cool.
Yeah.
in a
The
good way, yeah.
longevity is really awe-inspiring too.
Because
Yeah.
I can't imagine playing the same stuff for 20, 30, 40 years,
Yeah, like artists who
No.
do that, who have that longevity, it's like, damn, there's
Yeah.
big respect for that.
I think it was Lily Allen saying, I'm fucking married with kids. I can't like sing half the shit I wrote. It's about me riding my bike, just whatever.
No, it's true. Same was like the type of music you listen to. There's definitely music I don't listen to as much now that I have kids and I'm married. Not because I'm like, oh, like I don't think like to me personally, there's no limits on the kind of music I want my kids to listen. Like they can listen to anything at any age almost. Like I don't really care about that, but it's like I'm in a different headspace, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I bet like, some musicians are like, fuck, I don't want to play that song live anymore. I'm so different that maybe takes them back to a different time, but
That too, yeah. Yeah, for sure. It's like we evolve, we grow, some things stick, some things
yeah.
fall off, we shed some skin, we grow some skin. It's all good.
Rolling Stones still like play all the hits though. So does Bruce Springsteen. He has like
Yeah.
4 dates at Madison Square Garden like every year and just
Oh
plays
yeah. Yeah, Bruce
his
still got
Blast.
it.
catalog.
Yeah, the longevity,
Bruce.
man.
The longevity pill. Just kidding.
I had
Yeah.
a coworker. Shout out to Tony if you're listening. He goes
Tony.
every year to listen to Bruce. He's a big Bruce fan.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
Jersey boy.
he is.
Is that your op?
Which one do I want to put in it? I guess I'll still lead with the with this one. It was a live performance. It was the Gojira and Mastodon co-headlining tour, summer of 2023. And I went out with my really good mentor and really good friend Chris, who is an amazing editor. Shout out to Chris. But this was probably the most metal day of my life. I took the train down to Coney Island. When I got out of the train, it was thunderstorming, like really thunderstorming, like we were about to get struck by lightning. And I'm like looking for
Oh,
my
no.
friend Chris, and it's pouring rain. And we go get a Nathan's hot dog because you got to do that in Coney Island. It wasn't my first time going there, but it was Chris's, and he was like, we should just make a day out of it. I was like, all right, cool. So hot dogs were first on the list. And then I think we were walking down the boardwalk and just kind of like scoping out the scene because the show is taking place at, I guess it's the Coney Island Amphitheater. Um, so we're just killing time because the show's not for a few hours. We're just strolling down the boardwalk. And Chris like just goes, yo, to this dude and shows him his arm. He has a full sleeve like dedicated to Mastodon's album Leviathan. And it was pretty fresh too. This guy gets like tattoos in the summertime. Anyways, he shows him his new tattoo, and this guy goes, yeah, this is awesome. And he's like got 2 beers in his hand. I was like, who the fuck is that? Chris is like, that's the guitarist of Mastodon. That's Brent.
Oh,
And I was
ah.
like, get the fuck out. I had no idea. So Mastodon at the time was like new to me. So it was my first time seeing them. But I had no idea that that was Brent. And sadly, Brent passed away recently. But I think it's a great story to share because he was like one of, I guess, the main songwriters of that band. And it's just incredible to appreciate the albums now since that show. But going back to the show, Gojira is another band that's pretty close to my heart because, I was going back to the Lady Gaga time, I was like a little annoying ass electric dance music girly for a minute in my 20s. And Gojira was the band that got me back into heavy music and heavy metal, which is something that I've loved since childhood. But they were the band who got me back into it. French like metal band who sing about like the environment and again just like really deep themes in life. They performed at the Olympics recently, just a really epic heavy metal band. And when I found them, they were just performing at this little basement venue called Santos Party House in New York City, and now they like are taking over the world. But they were co-headlining with Mastodon. It was the closest time I'd ever been to a mosh pit. There was basically one layer of dudes. And then my ass, I'm like, I'm gonna die. My friend Chris was just like, that's just the best line ever. It's like, that's the closest you've ever been to death. He's making fun of me. But it was an epic show. We were like towards the back watching Gojira because I'd seen them multiple times by then. But then we ran into the drummer of Mastodon, and I was like, damn, these fuckers are tall. I had no idea who it was again. And Chris was like, yeah, that's the drummer. I was like, oh, that's crazy. So it was just like a really metal day at the beach. Made a couple of show friends who I still chat to on Instagram and stuff. And, it was just a good old heavy metal day at the beach. One I'll never forget.
Coney Island.
Coney Island. It's fun, man.
I
Highly
love Coney
recommend.
Island. Yeah.
That sounds
Been a
like an
couple of times.
epic day.
That was the
Yeah.
best.
Yeah. That Santos Party House, wasn't that like in a dank basement?
Yeah, the tiniest little stinky little basement. And I
Yeah.
went to go see someone else, but Gojira opened. And it was like, what? Like similar to your experience with Swans, Milana. I was just like, what the fuck? Like just
know,
like
it's-
assaulted with the sound. I'm like,
It's
this
a great
is
way to
incredible.
discover new music. You don't always get an opportunity just to go see random bands, right? At
Yeah.
least not anymore. I used to, but yeah, it's great.
I still be
Cool.
going to loud ass shows.
Was
Yeah.
it thundering the whole day or did it lighten up?
It actually stopped because we went to go get hot dogs and then the storm, I guess, had passed. And that's how we were able to walk on the boardwalk and run
Cool.
into
Nice.
Brent, which was crazy.
Yeah, for listeners who don't know, Nathan's Hot Dogs, that's where they do all the famous hot dog eating contests.
Yep.
Yeah. I
Good
love
ass hot
watching
dogs too.
those.
You gotta go eat them hot dogs. They're really great.
Nathan's.
I think you're next, Lucy.
Oh, am I? What's that French band you said too?
Gojira.
Gojira.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with them. And they're French?
They're French. Super technical heavy metal. Really freaking good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Big fan of
Man,
them.
I gotta check out them, Swans, and the White Album, Beatles. All right, I'm next. Dude, I couldn't do this without mentioning Amy Winehouse. I couldn't. Look, I'm English.
Aw.
I'm fucking
Yeah.
biased, all right?
She's legendary, was
I
legendary.
yeah. I never saw her live. I had an opportunity, but it was when she was on a downward spiral and I just couldn't. I didn't want to see her
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that. I got kind of two stories with her. 2003, her debut album, I personally think that was her best, was her first one. I bought it in London at Tower Records. You guys remember Tower Records?
Oh, I've heard of that.
Yeah, I totally do.
Yeah. So I was visiting my brother in London, and I hadn't heard of her yet in the States. And just like the soulful, like jazz inspired, like I listened to a lot of Motown growing up in our house, and her voice was remarkable. And her songwriting, she's such a brilliant songwriter. And the album Frank, I mean, it spoke to me. You know, Joni Mitchell, who I'm rediscovering. I don't really know much about her, but she's like a very honest storyteller, especially around love. And I think Amy had that too. The intro, it's stronger than me. And she's like scatting in the beginning. I was like, yes, there's lyrics. I'm not going to meet your mother anytime. I just want to grip your body over mine. Please tell me why you think that's a crime. I was like, yeah,
I love it.
yeah. I'm not gonna meet your mom. Just let's wrestle. Let's get naked.
Amy was a real one, man. She like wrote and sang with her heart open. Like there
Yeah.
was no
Yeah.
facade. That was just pure Amy. Oh, she's so
She
good,
definitely
man.
sang the blues just like Janis Joplin
Yeah.
did too.
Yeah.
Um,
And on that album, Frank is a song about want to be a footballer's wife, and that is
I love that fucking song.
it is a cliche in England. You know, there
Yeah.
are these women who want to be footballers' wives. They have a look.
yeah.
There's another Amy Winehouse story. 2006. She performed with Paul Weller on Jules Holland Hootenanny. And I mean, most English people know who Jules Holland is. It's every year he does this New Year's Eve performance. I don't think it's filmed live, but it looks like it's filmed live, like every New Year's Eve. So it usually lasts for like 2 hours and then they sing Old Lang Syne at the end. So if you're not out partying, you'll quite happy watch this. So she was on there with Paul Weller, and there was an orchestra, violins. There was Michael Bammy Rose on sax, and she sang "Don't Go to Strangers," originally sang by Etta Jones, a jazz singer that's amazing, doesn't get recognition she deserves. But this song, "Don't Go to Strangers," oh my God. It's sexy. She looks sexy. It's like she's seducing you. Make your mark for your friends to see, but when you need more than company, don't go to strangers, darling. Come on to me.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. Amy, shout out.
Yeah, Amy was another one. It's just one of one. No one could be another Amy. She's
Right.
special. Really special.
I guess I'm next.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mills is next.
I got another one. So something I often think about is like how disconnected we are from what's good for our soul, just how we live our lives, so disconnected from nature and each other. And like I've been thinking about this stuff for a while, especially like after I moved to New York, because like living in New York feels so different from living anywhere else. I'm sure, I mean, it probably feels, actually, it probably feels as it does living in any big city where you just feel so disconnected from the way our ancestors used to live. And anyway, so that then one day I was listening to this song called Sleep by Canadian band called Godspeed You Black Emperor. And it's also like a post-rock band. I was during my heavy post-rock stage. And the song starts with it might be like a little sound bit from a movie, or I'm not sure, but this guy, he's talking and he sounds like an older man talking, saying, "Oh, back in my days, we used to sleep on the beach. We would go to Coney Island and we would sleep on the beach. And now," and then he goes, "They don't sleep on the beach anymore." And that kind of like struck me as like just kind of a metaphor for like how we don't live the way we used to live before. And maybe like the way we live now is not necessarily better for our soul. But then like after that sound bit is over, like this 5 or 10 minute song just like starts going, and it's all instrumental, and it's just so sad at some parts and just so moving that the first time I heard it, I just had to stop what I was doing and just sit there and listen. And it
I
just
want to hear this
stuck
song
with me.
now.
Yeah, I'll send it over. It's just the beginning of this guy talking, and then the song being so sad. It's almost was like a farewell to like the way we should live our lives. I don't know. It just was very like moving for me. All right, Lizette, you're up. You're next.
Oh, it's my turn. I guess the next one I'll talk about is an album that I found during a time of extreme upheaval in my life. Everything that was stable kind of went through flux and became anew in this year. It was the same year that I went to Gojira and Mastodon. But the album is the Melvin's Houdini album. And I heard this thing and I'm like, this music is growling at me. This is a mean ass album. And it's interesting because the lyrics, they don't mean anything. It's all kind of just gibberish. But that album definitely fortified my soul in a variety of ways. It was my soundtrack when I was powerlifting because I was doing that for a couple of years, just really trying to deadlift 200 pounds and squat over 150 pounds. I was like, I'm gonna go do that. And that kind of changed me fundamentally in many ways. Just like accessing a strength that you never really knew that you had. So that was the soundtrack to like, that sort of change in me. Um, Also, that album gave me my greatest gift, which is my partner Gareth, because he
Oh,
is their tour manager. Um, and I really got into this band, and then when I went to go see them live, that's where I befriended Gareth. So it's something that it's a work of art that I just hold really dear because it kind of actually did give me my greatest gift.
oh,
That, and
that's
it's also
beautiful.
kind of like when I got into listening to like the interviews that Buzz had given about just being a working artist in general and the work ethic that type of life requires. That kind of gave me a vision of a future in a time in my life when I didn't have a vision for a very long time. It was just kind of like, what the fuck am I doing on this planet? Uh, but after, kind of getting into this music and then just hearing about how, this band's longevity and how they do things, it kind of inspired me like, oh yeah, there's working artists out there. This is possible. There's a future. Um, and just sort of like the things he said too about his partnership with his wife Mackie, who is also creative and has worked on a lot of their artwork and stuff. I just like really admire the deep respect they have for each other, and that's something I want to keep building in my life. So really formative album.
Nice.
Nice.
Strength.
Yeah.
Listen to music that growls at you. My life
Yeah.
advice.
Yeah, sometimes that's what it takes.
Yeah.
It does.
What'd you end up lifting? Didn't you meet all those goals?
I did.
Yeah.
My record for
Nice.
deadlifting was 200 pounds. Squat, I think, was
Wow.
like 160, 165.
Damn. Look
And I'm all of 5 feet tall, but
yeah.
damn, I
Strong.
felt like I could throw some pick up a building and throw it.
Do you still lift or you don't lift anymore?
I don't lift heavy like that, but I definitely
Mm.
still do those exercises. I think
Oh,
it's great.
nice.
It's really good
Yeah.
for, just well-being and just accessing your strength. Highly recommend it to everybody. It's something that no one can take from you, building your
Yeah.
Yeah,
own
that's for
strength.
sure.
It's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really
Powerlifting.
like the Melvin's like artwork, the covers and all that, and those two being they're a power couple, man. I really do admire couples that create together.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
have such deep respect for them and really admire just what they do together, and that's really cool.
yeah,
That's awesome.
that is beautiful. And of course, your fella.
Yep. G and I try to uphold those values too. It's just let's try to keep each other creative and keep challenging each other to, you know, be brave enough to express ourselves through music and writing and everything, really. So it's cool. It was that album was like the beginning of this new chapter I'm still trying to suss out. So it's very exciting.
We're happy for you. Milana still needs to meet him.
I
Yeah,
know we gotta come
I
down to Texas.
do. Texas, you should come
He loves
anytime.
barbecue, so we're
We
coming.
got one really good one just about 20-minute drive from us. Salt
Yay.
Lake. Very good.
Nice.
I love that.
Salt Lake is great.
My niece and nephew both go to university in Texas. I did not realize how huge football is in Texas.
Oh my God, yeah. It's nuts. It's nuts. Football, Jesus and guns. And barbecue.
Brisket.
Something Roy told me the other I forgot when, but it kind of like hit me. He was like, Texas loves Texas so much that even had to have their own Mexican food because they have Tex-Mex.
Tex-Mex, which I'm a
Which is
fan
so
of.
true. I'm like, why is it Tex-Mex? Like, it's like Texas Mexican food. Why it's not just Mexican food?
They had
It's
to add their
Tex-Mex.
spin on it.
Yeah, I think that's my favorite thing about Texas is how much Texans love Texas.
They're very into themselves.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
All right, this is my last one. I hope I don't cry with this one.
Oh, it's okay if you do.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
might. It's Florence and the Machine, Ship to Wreck. I don't own this album. Like I don't particularly like this song really. It's this is all about the story. The line, did I build this ship to wreck? It's 2021 August. We're about to close on our first home as a family, our family first home in New Orleans, Bywater area. I mean, you both saw the house. We completely remodeled it. It was gorgeous. We rebuilt termite infested walls, beautiful bathroom tile, like that, a dream kitchen. I loved it. The flow was perfect. We were about to sell it. The inspection was done. Everything was approved. The new buyer, we were going to meet, hand over the keys, sign the final papers. It was the done deal. And on that same day, Ida, a category 4 storm, just shy of a category 5, winds of 150 miles an hour was going to hit us directly.
Oh no.
No.
Like
I
fucking
forgot about
directly.
that. Holy smokes.
It was also around the time of the 16th anniversary of Hurricane Katrina. So, like on the news, there's that going on, and there's Hurricane
Right.
Ida, and it could be the next Katrina. So the lyrics go, did I build this ship to wreck? Good God, under the starless skies, we're lost, and into the breach we got tossed, and the water is coming in fast. And I remember like listening to that. We evacuated. Plus, you got to remember, like, we bought this house and remodeled. Like, it was not insured for all the money we put in the house. So I remember my dad called, and he's in England. And he's like, it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good. And I'm getting texts, like, you two text me. And you're like, did you evacuate? I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. And there was like people I hadn't spoken to in ages. They knew I lived in New Orleans. They were like contacting me. And so we evacuated to Mum and Frank's house and we were fine. I had my husband, I had my daughter, had my mom and, dad number two there. And it was just like the most stressful 24 hours I've ever had. And I just decided, fuck it. I have everything I need right here. Like my family, that's all I need. And I was just overwhelmed and so thankful that it didn't matter and just bring it on. And I don't care. It doesn't matter. It's a house. We're fine. We're fine.
Right.
Yeah, how my brain just switched within probably less than 24 hours. And I just felt so thankful that I had everything I had ever really wanted.
Yeah, dude,
Oh,
it's
that's sweet.
perspective, really, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's profound.
Yeah.
But it's
Yeah.
kind of like, as much as that was stressful, it was like the beauty of music again, kind of makes you realize things sometimes.
I have been hijacked by Marcus, come say hi. Do you want to talk about your favorite music? Ghostbusters? Paw Patrol? Nadia, what's your favorite music? What's your favorite song, Nadia? Oh,
Look, it's Diane Wood.
Oh, this is so
Yolandi.
cute.
She's so
She looks like a little
adorable.
Bushwick barista.
Little
About to make the
blondie.
oat milk mocha. Nadia, what's your favorite song?
Oh.
You're so cute. Yeah.
Good seeing you, dude. You did
Yeah,
so
it
good.
did.
Hi.
Hey,
Hi.
beautiful.
Look at your twin. You guys are twinning.
Gonna keep one of my children. Am I next?
Yeah, you're next.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna feed this baby and talk. So my last one is Chelsea Wolfe. She has the song called "The Waves Have Come," and I remember going through some, just like one of those existential, dready winters in New York, when it's just like, oh, what am I doing with my life? What's going on? Will this ever be different? How do I get out? Like, all, the whole weight of the whole world, you feel like it's owned you, even though it's not, but you feel what you feel. And I was like, I ended up going to Costa Rica in February. It was February, so like the middle of winter. And I remember just sitting on the beach, listening to this song, and it's so slow and beautiful. And just kind of thinking like, well, shit, if I can see this, like this beautiful sunset on a beach, like how bad can really be for me? You know what I mean? It was like such a perspective shift. I was like, you know what? It's all gonna work out. It's gonna be fine. Just kind of like really lifted me up so much. And then, um, yeah, a year later, I was engaged in Costa Rica. And everything changed really. Um, yeah. So that was that
Mm.
song. And now every time I feel down, I think of that song. And the
What's the name of
beautiful,
it again?
the waves have come.
Oh, I gotta
I
listen
think
to
it's
that
from
one.
Pain is Beauty album. And yeah, I just think back. Yeah, Pain is Beauty. I think it's the last track on the album.
Oh, that's really sweet.
That's my last one.
Aw.
We bonded over that. You and I, Mills, Chelsea
Yeah,
Wolfe. She's a good one.
for sure.
I'm the last one. Well, my last one, it's kind of funny how like all our themes kind of go together too. It's
Yeah.
like at the end, it's like your perspective change. But this song I discovered on a road trip with Gareth. We were blasting off from the high desert in California in a red Dodge Challenger. And we were just,
Fun.
taking turns playing music as we do. And he put on this album by this band Can, I guess, who were around like in the 60s and 70s.
Yeah, I heard of that.
They're like super psychedelic in a way, like really
Yeah.
jammy. He put on this album soundtracks, and this one song blew me away as we're driving through just this like expanse of like nothingness, just rocks changing colors for miles, and not a car in front of us, not a car behind us, and just the road was like a ribbon undulating. Like it didn't even feel like we were on the same planet anymore. And the song Mother Sky by Can is just pure freedom. I
Oh,
felt
yeah,
like I felt
yeah.
freedom. a different
Yes.
sense of freedom as we were blasting through the desert and that song played and just kind of, we were driving to Tucson and the sky there is amazing and it was just kind of a moment of feeling like one with the earth, which I rarely get to have
That's
still living
amazing.
in New York, but it's a big one. Mother Sky.
Mother Sky. I'm gonna check that one out.
Yeah, some of the best night skies I've seen in the desert,
Yeah.
right? Just amazing.
Yeah, the desert's a special place. It's
Yeah.
like you really feel like you departed the planet. I've
Yeah.
never seen anything like it. It's really magical.
Explain that freedom you felt.
I think, being New Yorkers, and you touched on this a little, Milana, it's just, people get in their own heads about what's important. We're still on this planet. We're still part of the earth. We still can enjoy these things. All the bullshit, how many likes, how many, KPIs and shit that you can meet in your life doesn't really mean anything. It's just you in the sky. That's what matters.
Yeah.
You in the universe. And
Yeah,
it's good to remember that.
Yeah.
absolutely. We're just passing through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is all we got is one little journey in a moment of time.
So small in comparison to
Yeah. It's kind of
Right.
like that feeling can be imposing, but to me it feels like freedom. It's just like, well, I'm just like a
Yeah.
little part of all the things that are together in this universe and this
Every
life.
time I see like a natural phenomena that is you're just reminded how small you are. Like even the
Mm.
ocean or the mountains, you're like, I'm so small.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
Mother Nature, she's the best artist. Just
Oh,
the
Yeah.
scale.
hell yeah. Oh, thank you, my lovely ladies. Thanks,
Thank
Milana. Thank you,
you for
Lizette.
having
So
us.
good to
No,
see you.
yeah,
Thanks for
th-
organizing us, Lucy.
this
Yeah.
is a great way to just sign off the year, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Music
Yeah.
is life.
Yes, it is. It's a life force that I could not live without.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Same.
And I couldn't live without you two either. Love you
Oh,
guys.
love you
Love
guys.
you guys. I'm glad we got together.
Lots of love. Mwah.